Hey everyone, welcome back to more Flesh and Bad. Uh, we're gonna do some more LL in Starvo. I'm trying to think what we want here. So we obviously want, like the normal equipment suite. We'll cut the blanches and we'll cut the funny stuff. We'll probably also cut the binding grease too, just so we have the little minimalism package. I think this is probably good. Again, I have not played a lot of this matchup, so you'll have to bear with me as I figure it out. We are going. Sorry, wait. Did I pick first or second? I feel like it might be better to. Actually, I don't know which is better. Yeah, I'm not sure. Looks like we're maybe not getting punished though, because we see them pitching a red. I actually don't even know if we want the belittles here. Maybe it's still just fine, just to keep in hand though. It's just a strong card in general, so I think it's okay to maybe sandbag this a little bit for 1 point of damage. Okay, we have belittle. So the problem here is how do we transcend? I think we made tiger taming and double transcend, and maybe that's our ticket to doing something. I don't know what we're doing for getting our cards, so we have to do this in response. Let's keep that in mind. We'll do double transcend, pumping our dagger to 3, and then the frostbite will happen after we double transcend. And you'll have to bear with me with like the Living Legend stuff. I'm still kind of getting used to it. I was actually trying to play a little bit Starvo against Old Prism, but I then realized I had no idea how to play that matchup. The matchup seems quite difficult. Here they will make the frostbite though. Okay. Then Zen will cost 1 generic more to activate. I don't actually know if we want to make resources there. I might be dumb, but we'll play it out still. What are we getting off of our tutor? Could get our first descendant in the yard is probably not terrible. We could also get what? Get like Tiger Swipe in the yard is also maybe not bad. Yeah, I'm not sure what the kind of order of priority for targets is here. Let's maybe just get a swipe in the yard. I don't feel super strongly. I think it's probably something we could also like get a descendant to like set up our graveyard really well, but it's pretty likely that we're just gonna get Starvo next turn. So I think this is maybe fine. Again, like a lot of people, I think struggle with the Living Legend format just because it's so different. Again, I also didn't play when a lot of these heroes were around, so you'll have to bear with me extra there. I think we're gonna pocket the belittle for a future turn. I think is the idea. Then blocking with a card also maybe means they don't have Starvo activation, especially if they're like crowning here. It's kind of interesting that this is a mirror between two heroes that probably shouldn't have been released in the state that they were in, but very interesting to see how it works out. I think we actually have a kind of good hand here, although the CLF has probably put a damper in that. So it looks like they're developing it out, and then Winter's Whale also pitching an ice card, so this will make an extra frostbite. So to activate Zen, it will cost two extra, so we'll have to pitch this, and then whatever we get off Zen. So we can't actually do everything. Oh wait, we can do everything with belittle. So maybe this is fine actually. So I think we're just gonna play through the CLF here because I think the belittle lets us do it, right? So this belittle will cost 3 total, so we pitch our homage to do it, right? Then we get a Minnowism. Okay, they're sinking their arsenal to try to. Okay, makes sense. Looks like it's a. Okay, so it looks like they have a Pulverize in hand. Okay, or Pulverize an arsenal now. Interesting. So let's do belittle, revealing our tiger swipe. Then our Zen activation costs one more, so we should let the belittle resolve to get our minnowism, and then afterwards we'll have the extra blue to pitch to Zen. Then this will cost one. So this costs an extra one, this will cost an extra one, and then whatever we get will cost an extra one, so we'll have to get a 0 cost if I'm calculating this correctly. Again, mental math is a little bit difficult after work, but we'll manage. We'll pitch our minnowism to the Zen. Zen obviously probably should have cost 4 to activate anyway, so I don't think we're that upset about it. Oh, wait, we need to also play the tiger out somehow. Shit. We could have also just failed to find. Maybe setting up 100 ones is actually like fine though. Yeah, maybe this is just fine. Yeah, so we're short on one resource. I still didn't calculate this out correctly. So maybe fail to find was actually like the correct solution there. I'm not 100% on that. So we're kind of slightly IPing ourselves with the tiger swipe, but we do have the Art War, so should be pretty safe in Arsenal against a Starvo. I imagine. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think they actually run like CNC because I think the Starvo ability only works on cost 3 or more. So it's actually kind of strange that our Arsenal is like kind of safe here. They're not pitching an ice card too, which is very interesting. I think this might be the window. We have our bonds in graveyard. We have double descendant, so we can even like break chain and do some shenanigans with that. And we have a blue in hand. We have a tiger swipe. I think this is probably the window. And then they're not obviously putting anything under for CLF. Yeah, so I think we're good here. All right, CLF will go away. And now we have just tons of fun. We do have to play around the stalagmite slightly, though. Probably pitching our levels as well. So let's first see what we're drawing off of our Art of War. Who knows? Bancho Tiger. All right, we drew another Bonds. Okay, this is looking a lot like the deck I ran pre-ban. So now we'll pop our stubs. We'll get... What are we doing here? We can do Descendant Bonds, close... Descendant Bonds, 100 wins, close chain, Descendant Bonds... Or can we just like chain bonds? Can we do Descendant Bonds, Descendant Bonds? So the problem is we don't have other bonds in graveyard. But maybe we just tutor for a Descendant so we can get extra there. Okay. I'm not going to count this out because I'm lazy and I'm bad at the game. But we'll start off on Descendant for 5. Again, Talishar is not a platform for mental math. Not super easy to do it on the fly here while also trying to commentate. All right, the Crown of Seedzing, which is interesting because they have a Tunic counter up. I guess that makes sense. We could be at risk of hypothermia here. Would be a little scary, but I don't think we can play around it, especially when they're over 60. Okay, giving us the civic steps makes sense. Okay, we do get our frostbite. So it probably means no hypothermia. We'll do our bonds. Bonds will get bonds. Banish our blue one, get a red one. Although funny enough, like the yellow one actually is maybe better because maybe it's better to just leave a red one in the deck because yellow one will basically come in for the same amount of damage, right? So that's maybe actually something to think about when you're playing this deck is maybe getting yellow is sometimes better just to thin the yellows out of our deck. Okay, they're blocking with the Spinal, which makes sense. We'll pitch our Minnowism here to do Descendant. Then we have one more Bonds in graveyard. So I think off this Bonds, we're going to get the yellow Bonds just to kind of make up for our slight misplay here. We'll now do the Bonds. getting yellow bonds, which will get a yellow bond. So we're leaving our red bonds and two red bonds, yellow bonds, and two blue bonds in our deck. Now we'll activate Zen. We'll get probably red descendant. Do we have one? Yes. Okay. So we still have a couple left in the deck. So we'll do red descendant here for 5, which is pretty solid. Then we'll do bonds for 5. What will bonds get? Is it 100 wins or Tiger Swipe? I think it's probably... We might be able to get away with another Tiger Swipe here, honestly. It's pretty unlikely they block, but maybe we should just do... I'm not sure which is better. Let's see if we can get the... Let's get a little greedy here. Let's see if we can get the Tiger Swipe. Again, this could like be a mistake and then we just arsenal the Tiger Swipe, or we could just send it for 4. But it's roughly the same as 100 wins anyways, right? Because this would come in for 5. So it's pretty likely that the Tiger Swipe hits here because they'd have to go down to 1 card in hand. Oh, it's coming for 6, right? So they have to give us 2 3-blocks here. Starvo runs a lot of no-blocks too. So I think we might be safe here. Now, do we want to send this versus Arsenal? I think we want to just Arsenal this. Save it for a future turn, and we have a really good turn next turn, potentially. It's a little bit awkward. A little bit awkward. Interesting. Okay, they're passing here. So now the question is, do we pitch our red bonds? I think we want to try to like arsenal the Starvo if we can. I don't know if that's right. I think it's probably right to pitch our red bonds though, just so we can transcend and get our resource back though. Then what are we getting off of dissonant bonds? Who knows? But yeah, Starvo does run like a lot of 2-blocks. Like they have Break Ground, they have I think a lot of them are on Blink, but I guess that's for Prism mainly. Okay, they're using their Crown again without Tunic, which is interesting. I wonder what they're saving this for. Or maybe they just don't know the strat. Or maybe you're even supposed... I have no idea. I thought that normally the combo was to kind of chain those together. Let's get rid of... I don't think it really matters here, but for a Spinal, I guess. Again, I don't feel super strongly about that. We'll gain our resource. Then I don't think we're going to agree with the Art War here. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to get our bonds here. Do we have a red one left? Do we use our red one? Oh, we pitched our red one, right? So we'll get our yellow guy here. We'll attack with it for 3. We'll get 100 wins out of the deck. So we'll do 3, 3, 1, 4 seems pretty good. So it should keep them off of cards, and then we'll get to have an Art of War in Arsenal, which seems quite good for me. Again, we could have tried to like go with the Art of War, but I don't think it was necessarily correct because we only have 1 floating, right? All right, blocking with the Pulverize makes sense. I wonder if they're trying to set up for like an Awakening here. Could be, but who knows? Be a little bit scary, but I think they would have to do it on our end step there if they had it, because Awakening makes Isaac Surges, which then pop on the start of their turn. So yeah. All right, looks like they're just attacking with the Winter's Well again. I think we're okay with this. Again, we can attack through a Frostbite here pretty easily. Okay, so we don't have a Transcend card, but we do have Descendant Bonds, so I think we're probably good. Now the question is, what are we banishing? I think we're probably just banishing our red 100 wins to guarantee these, which would notably is notably our last 100 wins in the deck. But I think that's probably just gonna have to be fine. So we'll do buff banish here. We only need 1 extra for this Descendant as well. Draw levels, which is pretty solid. Hmm. Oh, we can give the levels go again too. Oh, well, but we have to. Okay. There's not a super good ordering here, but maybe we can just attack with levels to start off anyways because we can't overpitch the levels. I guess is the core problem here. So maybe we'll start with levels doing go draw go. So we'll punish them slightly here for the quicken. As we know, civic steps, very good, leg piece slot, and never get punished for civic steps ever, even when you're playing around it. Okay, now we can just do double bonds, right? Okay, so they have figured out the Tunic Chronoseeds interaction, which is good for them. We'll do Descendant Bonds. And then what do we finish on? We don't have 100 wins. We also don't have an Aspect or a Tiger Swipe, which is a little unfortunate. Yeah, I'm not sure what we actually... Maybe we finish on, like, Descendant, just because. It's probably not terrible. We'll get our red bonds. We're almost out of bonds, though. So they're maybe bordering a little bit on fatiguing us here, but like we're so far ahead on life total that I don't think it's gonna matter. Yeah, we'll just get a yellow Descendant. I think it's fine since we're almost at bonds anyways. Put them to 1, and then they can attack with like Winter's Wail, but again, I think they're pretty far behind here. Which in the blink makes sense. So we'll do this, reveal, get our Minnowism, and then we'll try to push over Surprise. Cool. So we got there. This deck is a lot harder to play in LL than it is in CC, let me tell you. Actually, I don't even know if that's true necessarily. I feel like 9 of each Descendant 9 bonds is like just kind of, I don't know. It's weird. Definitely an interesting game though. I think we just transcended super early and got there. I'm curious, like, if people have been playing this deck, how the Starvo matchup actually is. It doesn't actually seem that bad, at least based on that game, but I imagine they could probably roll you pretty bad. 6 and 7 seems about what I would expect. Again, I think we maybe got a little bit lucky there. Yeah, but hope you all enjoyed like the LL content. Again, I'm probably gonna do a couple more of these videos in the coming weeks. I don't actually know if I'm gonna like play Zen LL. I might. I think there are a lot of like other fun decks I want to try. Like I think Starvo's pretty fun. Oldhim's pretty fun. Those kind of decks are pretty fun. I mostly am just scared of Icelander with this deck. Again, I'm curious also what the Icelander win rate is. Where is that? Oh yeah, it's pretty bad. So we have a lot of Icelanders locally, so I'm a little bit scared of that. But yeah, this deck's kind of fun to play. Again, I do dearly miss 9 bonds. But anyways, hope you all enjoyed the content. Let me know if you wanted to see more LL stuff or if you just want to see more like Zen LL stuff. And I'll catch you all in the next one. All right, see ya.